On 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Culturally Distinct Podcast. This is your boy DJ KO.
Okay, Jack.
Where you at? You in the building or you not in the building?
I'm at City Cellar.
By the way, speaking of City Cellar, before we get to L, make sure you guys come out to City Cellar, 1801 Benton Street in the River Oaks area. Come over here, drink some wine. It's been a long day for everybody, so I'm glad you guys tuned in. Speaking of people that we have join the show today, we have one of my good friends on some days.
You sure about that? Okay.
Miss Elle Oliver. How you doing today, Elle?
I'm doing good. What about y'all?
Tired.
I'm definitely tired.
I'm tired. I'm mostly tired. I think it stemmed from last week.
Yes.
No.
You got to get caught up on that.
Yeah, last week.
That was very draining.
For the people that don't know, last week here in Houston, we had a what they called
snowstorm.
A winter storm, right? So some people think a winter storm is a blizzard with negative degree temperatures, but we had a winter storm where our roads was icy.
It was snow.
It was snow, wasn't it?
It got to like
16 degrees.
It got lower than that sometimes.
No, it was
In
like
Katy,
18.
No, in Katy it got down to like 10 at one point. 9. Yes.
So we had the roads icy. We couldn't drive. We couldn't go nowhere. The stores ran out of toilet paper and tissue.
The stores were closed. They didn't have power.
No,
Most of them.
No, I'm talking about before the power went out.
Oh.
I'm going to that.
Okay.
So
No, they ran out of food. They did not run out of toilet paper.
toilet paper and water. For some
that
reason,
was the wrong disaster. That was the one they wouldn't sit down for.
people buy toilet paper and tissue for everything. They say you got COVID. How is toilet tissue and COVID toilet tissue and water gonna stop COVID?
Toilet tissue and water don't stop COVID, but COVID starts in the gut, and most people start with diarrhea. So that's why they were buying toilet paper. I need you to learn these things.
I thought it was airborne though.
What does it have to do with anything? It still enters your
It's a
body.
virus.
I'm gonna need
But
you
it's
to
different
not.
because
I'ma
a
need you
sinus
to not.
infection.
Just don't be dumb.
I
Don't
didn't
do
know.
that.
I don't know.
It's more than a sinus infection.
Oh, I thought it was sinus. I thought it deals with your
Again, I'm gonna need
respiratory.
you to educate
I'm
yourself
sorry.
before you speak on it. He's
I'm
not.
sorry.
That's the sad part.
I didn't know.
He's not. The saddest part of this
Elle,
is
you knew
he's
that?
not.
Stop playing.
Elle, you knew that.
Stop playing.
It starts in the gut.
Carry on.
Did you know that
Just
the
carry on.
COVID
Starts in
only
the gut.
starts in the gut? I didn't know that.
Carry on.
Okay.
My lamb.
Anyway, so with this winter storm, the lights and everything eventually went out. Then we lost water. So right now in Houston, they still have parasitic water going on. So they, if you guys have faucet water you guys been drinking, your days are numbered.
Job for broadcasting, because the people would be royally screwed
Seriously?
if they had to rely on any information
Hey,
from
it's
you.
called Black News.
There's still
Whoa.
there's no parasite.
No, it's
Urban
not.
water.
It's not.
What
It's
is it?
not.
It's parasitic
That's
water,
not
right?
but that's not even
Not
like
that.
He say it's called Black News.
It's called Urban
That's what he
News.
just said. It's
So
no,
That
that's sad.
The
So,
ghetto.
anyway.
You are just
That's
disgusting.
project. That's not even project. That's just despicable.
The
I don't
ghetto.
even know.
So tell me what you guys did for the storm. I know everybody was locked in their house. I know I
Not
talked to
me.
you
I was
briefly.
in the Galleria.
Oh, you were shopping? I
Yeah.
thought the Galleria had no lights.
That's
What?
because you weren't there. You didn't see
I didn't-
downtown was lit up like a
Nah,
Christmas tree.
I didn't see it.
Definitely.
I know.
And it's funny because I say like 4 lights from the Galleria and didn't have power. I got an email at like 9:00 the night, Sunday night, saying turn my heat on 68. But it was cold,
68
right? So
for
68 is not heat to me.
Okay.
So I completely ignored the email.
I never even got it. If I
You got an
did,
email
I know I ignored it.
from.
Centerpoint.
A lot of
Oh,
people
really?
got
Oh, I didn't get no
emails
email.
from the power company.
Oh,
They
really?
got
Yeah.
emails letting them know when the rolling blackouts were going to start. I mean, some people did.
I
mean,
didn't get those emails, but they did tell me to turn my heat down to 68, and we were freezing, and I had my heat on 72, and we were still cold.
68. That's cold by
Exactly.
itself.
that was
So when I
supposed
got
to
up
be
in the morning, the power was off. So it just went downhill from Monday morning.
And that was not from her not putting her heat on 68. Let's be clear.
Well, I don't know. I thought
I'm
it
just saying. So people want to think, well, you should have put it on. No,
Right.
that had nothing to do
So
with it.
we're going to get to that. Talking about the ERCOT situation, whatever. But I didn't get that email. A lot of people didn't get the email. I got an Amber Alert stating, what it said, to turn your water off or something like that. Don't drip your water or something like that.
They
that
gave
was like
an
on
alert.
Tuesday
Yeah,
or Wednesday.
but like Sunday night, Monday, they sent out some warnings and some things, and they were talking about it on the news. And because even the lady that they fired from ERCOT, bless her heart, she was on the news Friday saying what happened was not going to happen, and then it did. And it's like she was the sacrificial lamb, but it's still a debate on whether they're going to still stay in bed with ERCOT. Like, ERCOT may still be managing the power. So it's like,
if everybody don't walk away, because they all resigning now.
Right.
But why
like
they
6 of them done resign.
But why?
They can see the class action lawsuit.
Oh, it's coming.
It's almost like an in-run situation. That company know it's going to go belly up. It's going.
So
it's gonna happen.
For the people that don't know, ERCOT is the energy provider for the nuclear energy provider here in the Texas area.
Houston area.
I thought it was
El
Texas.
Paso, different places. No, it's not just all. It depends, because see, everybody didn't buy into the same thing. Because you had places that never lost power. They didn't. A lot of places didn't go through what we did. I have patients I've talked to in Abilene, Lubbock, places like that.
They had power.
They didn't lose power. I had people in Victoria, they didn't lose power. So it depends on where you were. And the type of grid. Right. Because there's a guy, he lives in Abilene. He says he is on green something power. They have turbines. He can see turbines from his trailer park. He never lost power. But they tell us we lost power because the turbines froze. Well, which one's power in his house and which one's power in my house?
Well, they're supposed to say that. They're supposed to say that, so they could cover, CYA.
And it also comes from us not engaging in the energy share. Because, of course, to be in the energy share, to get energy, we would have to give energy. So we don't want to do that. They don't want any federal regulation.
Well, I wouldn't either. If I was a private-owned entity, I wouldn't either.
But it's not about you.
I'm just saying.
Hence why Ted Cruz went to Mexico.
What they have, it's partners. They have partners in there. It's not just one person.
I know. But who was in control of the rollouts, though?
Oh, I don't know. So that's another question.
They said that was on ERCOT to prevent the grid because CenterPoint made it a point because they knew the people was coming.
Oh, yes.
So they hurried up and was like, it's not us. We can't do anything until they tell us.
Correct. They hurry up and outed them real quick.
And Sylvester Turner did not waste time. This is not us. This is on the state level and ERCOT. You need to call Greg Abbott's office. Like, he put that out there like Monday. It was a tweet.
But I'm trying to figure out, they all in the same bed together. I'm trying to figure out something ain't right somewhere. Somebody messed up. Because the thing is with nuclear energy, even though we had a winter disaster or whatever, we still could have had energy.
You could, but
they've decided not to provide energy to everybody. Let me give you the best example
of what didn't happen. So even though they failed and whatever happens in New Orleans, the pumps and all of that, you know how they have to run the maintenance on the pumps because hurricane season coming, all of that. Mm-hmm. They do that. ERCOT and these people, the powers that be, this is likely to never happen. This is the reason they keep from getting under the regulation of being federally regulated.
When has it happened?
Federally regulated. Yes, it has, like 113 years ago.
Like
really?
18 something,
I wasn't
83
born.
or 93.
But it doesn't matter.
They didn't even have a grid back then.
If they fall under the thing that had be sanctioned federally, they would have to test this and make sure this would not happen.
Correct.
They aren't doing that, so they don't have to regulate what's going on. It's just like saying you never going to test the pumps in New Orleans, but you know it's a possibility a hurricane is going to come.
Yeah, because that's taxpayers' dollars, and they don't. Well, that's private. I'm sorry, they're private owned. So they have people that they have to get. What is that? Interest every year.
It's not in the benefit of anybody that's a common person. It's all for these people on their board. And these people.
So let me ask you this.
They don't care anything about
all
you, me, Ted Cruz, neighbors, anybody.
Their shares is what matters.
So let me ask this, and this is a fair question.
For who?
For everybody. This is not being devil's advocate. If you had interest in that and you was invested into that, right, and not for the interest of the people that wasn't invested in that, would you care?
Yes, I would.
If you got 40, $50 million invested in that, and it's a private owned company, and you getting a return every quarter.
I wouldn't invest in that. There's something else to invest in that you wouldn't have to worry about loss of life.
You want your life. You want other people's life on your hands.
No.
Just for
a 14-year-old boy died of hypothermia in a trailer. Like, he wasn't the only one.
I get that.
No, they had over 20 deaths.
Right.
They had a lot of people that died.
That froze to death, though.
Right.
That's painful.
But I'm saying this from a capitalistic
I'm not a capital.
And then,
we're giving you our
and
answer.
then literally, like, that was in their hands. Like, they had control over that. So you really controlling somebody's fate at this point. Life.
No, you're not. No, you can't say that. That's an entity.
There were hospitals without power. I mean, hospitals without water.
Okay.
There were hospitals without clean water. So you not only have people for other medical reasons, you have people that are dealing with COVID, whatever, but you have water supply, you have power, you have all these things that people in the hospital are not getting.
Right. Essentials.
When we say that you don't want that type of thing on your hand, that part is like how
That's
you
just
have that
inhumane,
much
for
lack,
real.
right,
Yes.
for human life.
I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. I'm not
That
saying
is disgusting.
I'm not saying that I believe in the method.
But we know who you work
That
for
is
too,
disgusting.
But I'm saying that from the business side of it, if you was tired and invested in that, you would have a different mindset.
I wouldn't be invested.
How did people
in
think
that.
about that?
I wouldn't be invested in that.
I'm not saying you.
Would you ask us the question?
You're
For instance,
playing devil's advocate.
No, I'm not.
You
Okay,
said so.
it's
not.
obvious they don't care. That part has been identified.
Correct.
So what else? Okay, so your
And
next
then
point.
it's this. I think they cared. Some of them cared. They just didn't.
Who is they? See, when we say they, we say terms like this. We don't even know what we're talking about.
Okay.
All right, the board. Okay.
The shareholders.
The shareholders. Okay.
Okay, I think they didn't think it would. By
It was
happening
too little.
100 years ago, they didn't think it would happen.
It's not supposed to get that cold in Texas. It's a possibility, but it's not. But at the same time,
They
the
knew.
weatherman this started happening 2 weeks ago, and I know this for a fact because
Not 18 degrees though.
no. You can predict what the weather was going to be, and I'm gonna tell you how.
How?
My brother was here first weekend in February for my nephew's baseball game. He mentioned that they were gonna have to be in College Station in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And he looked and he was like, "Damn, it's gonna be cold." Okay.
But not 18 degrees.
It does not matter. It was already registering that it was going to be 21 degrees.
Colder than normal.
That is record-breaking cold
For
temperature.
Houston.
It is.
We started preparing and talking about how cold it was going to be amongst just my social circle. We started talking about that a good week before the weather started.
Well, you didn't know it's
rolling
going to be
in.
18
First
degrees.
of all,
18 is not where it is. Anything below 32 is freezing, Adam. It don't have to be 18.
they should have prepared the people
They
in
weren't
advance.
prepared for freezing
But how they
weather.
didn't know?
They did.
They knew.
The meteorologists
They knew
can
Trust
see.
me.
You can pull up your phone.
Just like they sent
iPhone
us
can
that
tell
text,
you
they
what
could've-
the weather is going to do in
Good
a
example.
week and a half.
Can I give you a good example?
No, it's not going to be good, but you can give it an
I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
Hurricane Katrina.
They predicted that too.
No, because
yes, they
watch
did.
this.
Oh, my God.
Watch this. The
They
hurricane.
purposely did that because the hurricane is not what messed
Thank you.
Louisiana
And that's what
up.
I'm saying.
It was
But
the,
It was
the
a-
levee.
it was the
but
levees.
let's be clear.
That's what
Katrina
I'm saying.
did its own fair share of damage as well.
So how can you evacuate or how can you warn people for something that you don't know?
They
Yes,
did
you
that.
can,
They
Adam.
did that. There was no warning.
I'm
They
saying
didn't
outside
want
of
it
that.
to be a
Outside of
warning.
conspiracies.
Wait. Katrina came in two phases. Katrina did her damage.
With the
and
wind.
then them breaching the levees was a second
Who is them?
set. The government.
How you know that?
City officials.
We talking
Who else
about.
has the power to do
I need
so?
some factual.
No, you did a
Whatever.
hypothetical. Don't ask for facts
No,
now. Don't make me curse
because-
you. It's early. Don't get cursed early.
Now, because the thing is,
Oh, so you can have a hypothetical, but now we got to
No.
have names and name drop. And
no,
be
I ain't gonna say
factual.
that. I'm gonna say
you did.
I'm not gonna use the
They-
term
you did.
they, them.
They
The
did.
government, the city officials in New Orleans, the people who wanted to protect Uptown or whatever areas they were protecting
Okay.
to keep them from flooding.
That's a conspiracy, though.
Whatever areas that were going to benefit from the levee being breached, or whoever had the power to send the barge, blow the levee, whoever
Okay.
had the bombs, it could be TNT,
They.
fireworks, they are
Them.
them.
Shout out to my people in New Orleans. I love y'all. Y'all know that.
But it can be predicted. And just like we've been telling people, if you're from anywhere in Louisiana, you live there long enough, snow hit the ground, you can imagine that hurricane season is going to be what? A fool.
So what did you guys do for
And
the
I'm
winter?
not a meteorologist.
What did you guys do
For the storm.
for the storm?
So I stayed in bed in the 16-degree weather with a ski mask and a coat.
You was bundled
and
up? You
a
laid her?
robe. Yes. I had like 10 covers and it still was cold.
How cold did it get in your house? that
It
you
was
know?
11 degrees inside.
In the house?
Seriously?
11?
11
And you have a
degrees.
child.
Yes. So my son, and then
So hold up.
he still wanted to be cute
11 degrees?
inside my apartment.
Wow.
I mean, because it got down to, honestly, it got down to like 9, 10 degrees at night at some point in parts of Houston.
But inside of the building?
Inside the
Yes,
apartment.
it's
Because
it's
I have those
still-
windows all across.
Okay.
And so that was the thing. So if I would have knew better, I would have slept in a closet.
Because you need a small.
They don't have a window in the closet. But I thought of that all after the fact. Okay.
I'm saying it's not funny, but at the time
no,
it was.
Seriously.
So did you?
So then. I didn't want to touch my phone because my phone kept dying, and I didn't want to have to keep going to the car
no power
to charge the phone.
Oh, I got you.
Because the gas
People were dying
stations,
from that,
the gas stations,
up in the car and charge their phones. And
the gas stations didn't have gas.
It's not funny. It's a
no, it was life and death.
It was real horrible.
No, it's not. Yeah,
it was life and death.
I get a week off of work, I don't want to spend it like trying to stay alive. This is not. I'm not. I mean,
that was your off week.
I mean, I couldn't work. No, it wasn't. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Because usually when stuff go on, I still got to work because I work from home.
Right.
So I don't get that, ooh, I can't work. But I couldn't work. There was no power.
But I don't know what we did. We went to some friends.
Ate and got on our nerves.
We went to some friends. We went to some friends' house first, and then we got caught up in the ice. So it took us normally a 30-minute ride. Took us an hour and 30 minutes because of the ice.
You went at night?
Yeah, we went at night.
Oh, no. There was no way I was traveling. That's why I stayed home the first night, because I was not going to take the risk of black ice, and I can't see.
We moved around in the daytime. I was in them streets.
Right.
I
was driving all day. It was real fun. I was giving out clothes to homeless people, shoes.
How you was doing that in ice?
What you mean? No, the street.
They clear because more people moved. Because there were people who still had to move around and go to work.
It's good to drive in the snow. You can drive in the snow,
you just
but the ice is the worst part.
The temperature drops and it goes back, and then it turns into black ice. It gets slick.
The tires were fine in the snow, but that ice, once the snow melted,
it's like that situation in Dallas on the freeway in Fort Worth when they had the 130 car pull-up, not pull-up.
Yeah, and 5 people died.
Pile-up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was scary.
That was Monday.
That was the Sunday.
That was Valentine's Day.
That was the Sunday before the winter
Dallas
freeze.
got it first. Dallas had snow. It wasn't. They had a blizzard. Dallas had snow.
Yeah, but they always like that. Dallas is always cold like that.
Dallas don't get snow like that.
It get cold like that all the time.
We get cold too.
Yeah, because it's wet.
This was the worst. Seriously,
it was.
Since
I've been here.
In 2016, so it was like 2014. We had a cold, and they did rolling blackouts. But the blackout lasted like 2 or 3 hours through the night. Then the power came back on, and that was it. It's gotten cold in Houston before. They done shut the city down, expecting a little bit of ice, a little bit black ice. But this,
this was
for real
extreme.
Snow and cold.
Yeah,
we haven't.
People were fighting at the gas stations, like trying
because
to
it was
get gas.
scarce.
Yes.
There's no gas.
Like we were at the red light. A car pulled up, and then he lost control. He spent all the way around my vehicle. Like we were just sitting there watching him. Yes, I was. My son was like, "We're about to get into a wreck." He just kept saying, "It's about to happen. It's about to happen."
Because you waiting for that car to come to a stop.
Because I didn't want to move, not knowing where
you gonna go.
Right.
You just gonna
but you know what though? But people.
It was the worst. For real, it was the worst.
A lot of people here in Houston, they cannot drive.
That too.
And a lot of people have road rage even when they had snow and ice on the ground. Like when we was driving, going to our friend's house, these people was trying to speed off at the light, and all they doing is you're right.
No. The thing was, they'll get past a patch of black ice and then they'll speed, but you can't predict when the
gonna hit it.
Exactly.
Right.
So they were just flying off.
Oh no, I stayed surfing.
I was doing 20. I didn't care. Go around me. I was doing 20. We were sightseeing and
sightseeing.
What you didn't have to look at?
I was going to see what was open that I could eat.
We woke up. Well, at like 2 o'clock, my husband came. He was like, the power just went out. I'm like, okay. It was still warm enough. We went to sleep. We woke up. I was like, the power's still out. This may last a while. So I started trying to call hotels. And the guy was like, everything is full. This was Monday. He said, everything is full. He was like, I should probably have something as soon as 12. He said, call me back. So I hung up, and I was talking to my mom, and she said, see if they got generators. I called Home Depot. The guy was like, I have 8. By the time my husband got there, they were gone. He was like, I can't go home without a generator.
Wow.
He went to Lowe's. He was lucky. Lowe's. He got a generator. It was him. He said another guy got like 2. They bought all that was on the pallet. He said by the time he turned around with the basket to leave, it was a line of people
for a
waiting
generator
for the guy to go to the back to see how many generators they had.
How much are those, by the way?
They can go
depending on your
from
size.
$5.99 to $1,000.
Okay.
Depending on your size.
Probably more.
Yeah.
And so they're not cheap. But then my neighbor they have one already. And so he went to Walmart because you have to have oil and gas in the generator. He said he almost had to like go to jail in Walmart because it was like, we only selling food. He was like, but you have oil in the store. And they were like, yeah, but we only selling food. He was like,
you gonna give me that oil. Yeah, you gonna give it to me.
Like he lost it, but he ended up with the oil for the generator. And so my husband, when he was coming back, he was like, babe, he was like, the line at Walmart down the street around the corner. I say, go to Randall's. I say, people forget Randall's down the street. So
Randall's? They said, oh,
see what I'm saying? So he went to, well, no, just to get like a little bit of food or whatever that we needed. Okay. So he went to Randall's, nobody was there. So then I think, that Tuesday morning I got up, I was like, I got to get out, I got to go see. So I got up and I drove and I went to Randall's, but as I was coming out of Randall's, more people were starting to come in. I said, oh, Lord, they done found out about my spot.
It's about to be over.
Right. But
in
as
the next hour.
Walmart had closed their doors. So I don't know if that Walmart had ran out
and
of
it was
stuff
just transferred.
And they figured it out. But where Randall's, because a lot of Randall's has closed. And from where Randall's sit, I think people forget Randall's is right there on Fry Road. So I was like, let me go run in Randall's. It was just like a regular day in there. It wasn't
Central Market on Westheimer by me never closed. They never closed, but
Central Market?
I don't eat nothing in Central Market.
I was going to say, people ain't eating that.
Nothing.
It's like a Whole Foods.
Right.
And nobody
it's
can
worse
afford
than Whole
Nobody
Foods.
can afford Central Market, and nobody is going in Central Market.
Listen, the stuff is not even that good. I went there because it was my only option, so I bought like $100 worth of stuff, and I didn't even like any of it. I read the Star. No,
it's
I
like
don't
it
read
has
the Star.
no flavor.
Yes,
it
was
not.
horrible.
It's just not. Because somebody brought me some lemon bars from there, and I'm like, it's just lemon. Like, did they put
it's
sugar?
Nasty,
like,
yes.
Oh, it's no sugar and nothing like that.
I would pay for it if it's good, but it's not even good. I would never go there again.
Now, they have like exotic, hard to find things. So let's say if you go somewhere and you had a specialty coffee.
Like goat milk and stuff like that.
Yeah, like a New Guinea coffee. You go somewhere and they be like, girl, that coffee usually costs like $45 a pound. Central Market will have that.
Okay.
It's not just regular everyday
it's high
grocery
end.
shop.
Well, you in River Oaks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it's supposed to be above HEB, but I rather HEB.
Yeah, I'm going to go to HEB.
Yeah, I love HEB.
I didn't try to do HEB during the storm.
They was closed.
It was gonna
they were closed.
Yeah. How about us? They were open, but it was a line.
My HEB just opened yesterday at 6 o'clock, and I got there at 7, and they barely had
it just
stuff.
opened, what you mean, since last week?
Last week.
Oh, wow.
And to speak about how serious this is, I've talked to people in Houston that I have as clients who say they just got power back. I mean, not power. Well, got power back
and
yesterday and got water last night, and that's because their apartment buildings and things like that, they just fixed the piping. But I have a friend that's
some people still don't have water.
San Antonio, there are people still without water, period.
Yeah. So in my building,
boil notices and stuff like that.
Everybody in my area had power on, I want to say Thursday, but my building didn't have power until Sunday because the transformer blew.
Oh, I got
and ours did that. We got home Thursday. The power was on. We left y'all. We woke up Friday morning. The power was back out. I was like, I knew I was too anxious when I went to sleep, but they said somebody said the transformer had blown.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So one thing you can expect is, I can't think of the name of it, but that company that comes in and wire houses with generators, I'm sure they're about to get with some contractors. Generate. But the thing of it is, even though this type of cold is unlikely to happen, one thing that is guaranteed to happen is going to be a hurricane season.
Oh, yeah, that's
coming.
coming.
We're going to have a rough hurricane season.
That's coming to me.
I need people. It's coming. It's coming, and it's coming
it's
like,
coming.
hey, and I'm here. Get your life.
Stay for a minute.
I'm coming. I'm about to give you that work.
So think
about
that.
Them 2-3 hurricanes in the Gulf last year or something.
I'm not ready.
Think about that. You got hurricane, you got COVID, and you still gonna have people getting over this winter
and you
storm.
have areas in Houston that my brother taught me when we was here looking for a house. He was like, you still have areas around here that's considered like Tornado Alley. So like out in Baytown and places like that,
by the water.
He was like, no, don't buy houses over there because those areas are considered like Tornado Alley. So you have all of those things to consider.
And then we left, me and Karain left, I think Saturday.
Y'all left in the snowstorm?
We did. No, the first day that they cleared the
You went home?
I did.
I saw your
I was
story.
like, y'all pray for me.
Elle in the city?
Pray for me.
I saw, because we went to New Orleans.
Yes.
How you drove away to New Orleans?
Listen, the interstates were closed, so they made us take Highway 90. But then
you took 90 all the way
I
to
swear
Louisiana?
to God, and then,
her house was 11 degrees.
Let me see.
It was just.
When you just call a friend here? When you just come by the house?
No,
I thought I could get the long view. I was
fine
going to my brother.
Without power, but when the food got scarce,
right?
You
That's
know,
what
I'm
he said.
hungry.
Right.
I'm always hungry.
You gotta cook
Right.
breakfast every
I
morning.
couldn't do it.
She be
Yes.
eating shrimp and grits
Yes.
on like a Tuesday.
Every
I'm
morning.
like,
I
really,
couldn't
Elle,
do
you
it.
just gonna, but your son, that's good though, because I was like, oh, she with that. She got like the grits and eggs.
First of
I
all,
said,
my
yeah, she
son
from
said,
Louisiana.
if I was the grown up in this situation, I would be on my way to New Orleans. So I was like, you know
All
what,
the
you're
way
right.
all the way to New Orleans.
Yeah, you're
He's
right.
So
like,
the
bring me
Lord
by
spoke
my
to your
mama.
son.
Let's
He
go.
was letting you know, bring me by my mama.
Because we went to a taco truck. We found a taco truck, and it was cooking, and he was like, cash only. I said, do you take cash app? Because I didn't have no cash, but I'm so silly. I have cash at the house, but
Okay.
I just never thought about that. So I went to 2 banks, and they didn't have power, so the ATMs was down. So I was like, I can't eat. I'm
You
about to
went
go.
all the way to New Orleans.
I'm about to go.
So you
Yeah,
went-
I'm about to
hold
go.
up.
I swear to God.
Because she can't eat.
And
She
it
didn't
took me.
stop in Beaumont. She didn't
No.
stop in. She went all the way
You
to
went way to New
Orleans.
Orleans
I
just to get
swear to
something to
God,
eat.
yes. Matter of fact, I went to New Orleans for 1 day and then flew to Miami. I couldn't even take it because it
You
was cold
did.
in New
Oh,
Orleans.
you
know what?
like,
I was like, maybe these old because I saw your story.
No.
I was like, let's see what Elle is today because I'm like, baby, Elle stay in these streets.
When I got to New Orleans, it was 30 degrees.
So it's
Yeah.
cold there too.
I had to
Yes.
go.
Oh, the weather was leaving here and going there.
Yeah.
it was moving northwest.
No, it's going
Northeast.
east.
It was going
And
east.
then I
Southeast.
felt so sorry for those people in Lake Charles and stuff like that because, you know, they still haven't
still going over
recovered.
that lower, yeah.
It was horrible. They had so much
Because
black
they were
ice
on the back end of what we were getting. So as we were getting better, they were getting what we just had.
Right.
So it was moving
I
that
felt so
way.
sorry for them, for real. It was so sad as I'm driving through.
Because they were already hurricane.
But you know what, though?
Yes, and they had snow on top, the tarps, the blue tarps. I was like, oh my God.
But
this
a guy told me, he texted me, he said, man, why is Houston getting so much radio and TV time? We still down here in Lake Charles still struggling.
It was bad.
I was like, well,
Because Houston is metropolitan. It's such a huge place.
And you got a lot of money here.
It's
buzzed
expected
here.
to
And then you
not
had,
go through
And
this
then you
like
had a
that.
fool like Ted Cruz that's going to leave and go. But he's not the only one.
I know a
Because
lot of
the
people left.
The
Baby,
mayor,
he was
the
in
mayor of
Cancun
San
chilling.
Antonio went to Jamaica. And he sent them a
Hey.
message from Jamaica and told them where he was. He wasn't playing no games.
hey, I know a lot of people left. They
No,
left.
it wasn't.
The day of.
But they aren't elected officials.
It wasn't the fact you go to Cancun. It was what he said. Like, we don't
But you
owe
don't
y'all
leave your
anything.
constituents though. Like you, there is not a politician, regardless of your party,
Right.
who didn't run and say, "Oh, I'm for the people. I'm for
Right.
you. I'm here with
But he
you."
still got a family.
It's like
He
nobody
does have. You could have sent your wife. If your wife,
and your kid.
if your
No, he
oh,
can't-
put it like this.
he couldn't stay here.
If your wife and your kids couldn't get to Cancun without you, everything Donald Trump said about that bird is true. And I'm just gonna say it like that
Hey,
because
look.
Donald Trump drug for her bad. So everything Donald Trump said about your wife got
So,
to be true.
why
If she
would
couldn't
you-
get your
all right.
kids to Cancun by herself.
Why would you want to go on vacation without your husband?
This is the
It would be no
disaster.
fun.
He signed up for this.
He signed up for this?
True.
Him and his mullet.
Nobody
That is true.
sinks. I saw something today. Nobody sinks with the ship anymore. Like the captains do not sink with the ship anymore.
Well,
they just jet
so,
out.
So by saying that,
You signed
who
up for this.
is that written somewhere that saying the captain had to do? That's an honor. They did that because they wanted to do it.
You gotta die for something or what?
Yeah, that's true.
what is it?
How you gonna
Stand
not
for
go?
something.
Okay, so if it wasn't a matter of going down that level of pride and this is my ship and the way a captain and a pilot takes ownership of that vessel,
Right.
you should still have that when it's going down.
Correct.
Because that's yours.
Correct.
Their job is to do
That's
what?
just like
Get
if
home.
somebody was saying this building was about to go down and this was your little engineering station, this
Right.
your podcast, so you're gonna be like, okay then.
Insurance.
There it is.
It's insurance.
Right. But
It's insurance.
But I'm just saying, but it's just like it's
Look.
almost like a Hippocratic oath. You can't leave your people.
That's like
You're the
if
captain of the ship.
Like
if
something
The
that major
Titanic, the
for real.
captain.
God forbid,
He got
if
ready.
a
We going.
hurricane tornado hit my home and tore everything up, I'm not coming back to the house.
But you're not an elected official either.
I'm gone, and I ain't coming back.
You're not an
Right.
elected official.
That's something you can replace. That's materialistic.
but you
things.
have to be realistic about what
You're
you
signing
signed
up for the people.
So did he? Now I don't know the whole story. I just saw him coming back.
I mean, he's not the
Did he
only one
leave
because Sheila
before?
Jackson Lee and her braid didn't show
No, he
up to
left
that
on
late.
Monday.
He left on Monday.
Oh, he left on Monday.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Monday morning when I woke up, there was pictures of him
what if
getting
it was,
on the
what
on
if
the
it was
plane.
planned already? Like he
It
was
wasn't.
at a trip planned a year in advance.
Because they outed his wife. They sent her text message from one of her homegirls from the group text sent the messages to the New York Post. You didn't see that?
I did not.
Nah, I didn't see it.
Oh, baby, somebody outed it. The wife was like, yeah, we're going to go here. The rooms are $309 a night. We always stay at the Ritz Resort. So
Which is a nice resort, by the way.
So whoever is in her group text from her little neighborhood that she invited to come go with her, one of them birds outed her to the New York Post, and the New York Post.
Wow.
Can I ask you guys this question?
That's good for them,
I know none of us are elected officials. None of us. But
they sent me an opportunity in Katy to run. I said, nah, I ain't who you want.
If,
they go into that.
That's just too much responsibility for not enough money.
If you are elected official.
If you are.
And of course.
That's why they always steal.
You're for the people. Of course. That's the duty. You're for the people. So if a situation happened like this and your family had danger first, would you take care of your family?
I'm going to take care of my family.
Or you take care of the people?
I wouldn't be elected because I already know I'm going to take care of my family.
He could have sent them without him. Again.
He got them out of danger's way.
Again, if Senorita Cruz can't get her and her children in Cancun without him, he got bigger problems.
And guess what? They had hotels here with power. They could have had somewhere here. They could have stayed here.
Well, no, one of my friends went on a joyride. There were parts of River Oaks that wasn't missing no power.
That's what I'm saying.
And I believe his neighborhood was one of them.
They probably had generators and stuff like that. Because we only had 2 people in that neighborhood
I'm
had generators.
pretty sure, just like downtown was lit up, they know what street Ted Cruz live on. Ted Cruz ain't lose no power.
Exactly.
So let me ask you guys, what did you guys learn from this storm, and how are you guys going to prepare for the next? Because the next storm is coming. A hurricane is coming. Another flood will come. Another tornado may come. Another winter storm may come next year. So what are you guys going to do?
I learned to charge all my devices, like my computer, my.
Why don't you just get a portable charger?
You still got to charge that too.
Well,
but you need to charge everything, because when my phone went out,
everything.
Everything. When my phone went out, I was able to plug it up to my laptop for a minute to get charged, and then I was able to still work off my iPad.
Okay.
For a little while. So make sure your devices. People go to sleep without charging their devices.
That's
this serial
is how
killers.
You know the progression of the age of your child. When Kason closed his eyes to go to sleep, my first thought before charging my phone is charging his iPad, because he was 4. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
that's essential to him.
So as me, I have to make sure every day on a regular his essentials and his placeholders are in place for me to be functioning in my day. So those types of things happen. I was like, if I didn't charge my cell phone, I got a Chevrolet, whatever it is, I can even actually plug it. I just go crank my car, whatever. That would happen with my phone, but my mindset is just like, as long as he is good, I can make it.
You could figure it out.
So like you say, making sure devices are charged. Now, I do have a certain level of anxiety I possess. Now, it comes from each situation, somebody else's situation, I take something from it. So definitely now whenever they say, cold, I am a believer of being over-prepared. I'd rather have it and don't
than being
underprepared. Need it and don't
so you'll pack 3 or 4 bags if you're going on a trip for one day.
And see.
I do that.
Now, I do that. And Eric,
really?
like, you coming back, I'd be like, I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
Ever since Katrina, I'm an overpacker.
And my grandmother taught me.
I carry Social Security cards, everything, all day.
That's in my wallet at all times.
Because Katrina, I didn't have anything.
Well, that's true.
You don't know that. And see, my grandmother and my mama always taught me, like, even when in school, if I'm going somewhere for a weekend, and I know, let's say I got 2 outfits a day. Let's say I'm going for 3 days, and I got 6 outfits.
You're going to times that by 2.
I'm going to have 6, maybe 8 outfits.
Oh, my goodness.
But I can guarantee you it's 15 pair of panties in my bag.
Most definitely.
I'm going to have some clean drawers. My underwear drawer going to be empty. I'm taking every pair of panties.
Because you can wear the same clothes, but
I'm
you need to change your underwear.
You don't need to wear underwear.
Yes, you do.
It's 2021. Yeah.
Okay.
Got COVID. You don't need to wear underwear.
That's why you got COVID.
But yes, I learned that, and to cover those windows, and to get, if you have to get in spaces without windows, because that's where the air comes from. Like,
and just believe them people who walk around, the solar panel people finna make money, and you got those people who come around offering to winterize your house.
Yeah.
They'll put the installation in there. They'll redo your windows. And this is a good time to let people know, if you have family members that are in older houses in certain neighborhoods like your Sunnyside,
upgrade their
South
piping
Park,
and all that.
you have things that the city would pay They have
grants. They do that.
They have money out there that the city and places like that will pay to winterize their house. They'll change their windows out and all that kind of stuff. They have to do a little work to figure it out. That's another fault of ours.
Energy does it in
Energy does it. And then the thing of it is, though, a Centerpoint should do it, but they'll have to show that ownership. So then that goes back to us saying getting your affairs in order to make sure when mom die, you get that house in your name and you transfer. Because even after Katrina, a lot of people lose out because when they come in to do it, it's not your name.
Yeah, they don't own it.
You can't get your house fixed. You can't get your stuff done. So that's where
the city owns it now, because you didn't do.
But I tell you what, after COVID is over, I tell you what, a lot of people are gonna go on foreclosure. So get your money right, start investing in some property. Because everybody's in that forbearance right now.
It's so sad, but it's
and they don't realize. But see, that's the thing they don't realize. When you come out of that forbearance, Wells Fargo and all them people, they not gonna put that on the back end. If you
they want that lump sum.
If you have put that
unless
thing
you can
in
refinance
deferment for 6 months, and let's say you did 6 months, and we just gonna say your mortgage is $1,000. Them people gonna want that $6,000. I'm just saying.
I wish.
Look, I'm a therapist, not a mathematician, so I stopped at 1,000 because my adding skills ain't that good like that. So I did 1,000. Y'all be easy.
I got you.
Yeah. But they want their money.
They gonna want that 6,000. They gonna want that 12,000.
It's about to go down. But Biden extended the CARES Act, so.
Don't keep extending that.
It's extended again.
Don't keep extending it. No.
That's going to be bad on you.
Keep extending that.
If you can afford
to
pay your bills, pay your bills.
That's right.
Don't pay them bills.
Because guess what? I'm going to be buying your house with a smile on my face.
Girl, I read it to you for a little something.
I'm going to give y'all some game. Y'all ready for it? I'm going to give y'all some game. Make sure you get an LLC. If you go bankrupt by buying that house, LLC, you can buy it in the other LLC. That's some easy game for y'all, all right?
I think everybody should know that by now.
Everybody don't know that.
But and guess what? It's not that simple with an LLC. You need a trust.
It's not.
Right.
It's
you
not.
have
But
to have a trust.
We gonna need you to spend your bread to.
Why you don't want these people? See, we trying to educate the people.
Guess what?
Why you want to take it from the people?
This wasn't a real estate. This wasn't a real estate podcast.
So because you remember how when your guy was here, he was talking about buying back the block, and you say people
Chris?
go, and you say people go, and they come and they have all this equity or whatever in their house, and they go buy a new house, and they take that and they take that and they keep buying the house. Well, you do know now you got what, like $100,000 in equity. You know they don't give you 100% of that anymore.
No.
Right. So y'all was making these people think, I go buy a house, you get $100,000, you go get another house, you get $200,000. No, it don't work like that. They don't give you all that money no more because you Negroes and got smart. They don't play with y'all once y'all figure out the game.
It's definitely never as simple as they make it seem. Trust me.
Once we get the game, they change.
It's watered down. It's definitely watered down by the time we get it anyway. They done already ran through it and used it. Yeah.
The thing is, you just got to read the bylaws and constitutions because things change all the time.
They do.
They do. And they change once we learn about them.
Right. That is. They do move the goalposts a little further. I get it. But anyway, guys, look, I appreciate you guys coming on the show. I know this week has been a hard week for the Houstonians, and not just the Houstonians, but us as in general. So, but the guys out there, I want you guys to pray for us.
Want them to pray for you?
As we go strong.
Are you going to pray back?
Look, as we go strong in the Lord.
I cannot.
Are you going to pray back for the people? I'm going to pray back. You just solicit and pray.
No,
you have nothing for them.
I'm going to send the prayer back to them. All right? So, guys, I want you guys to do this before we go. Get your PPP. Go ahead and keep it.
What's a PPP? Payment protection plan?
Yeah, there it is. I can't think of it right now.
How easy is that to get? Is it paid? Do you have to pay it back?
It's very easy to get.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Do you have to pay it back?
But next week we're going to talk about that.
Do you have to pay it back?
No, you got to pay that back. That's
sure. So let's clarify this right now.
We're going to talk about that next week, though.
Okay, I probably won't be here next week.
Well, look, we're going to call you.
Yeah, we're going to need you because he's going to be getting these people
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And if you didn't get the first round, can you get the second round?
Yes,
you
could. But
there's more stipulations.
Do you need a broker?
Today.
Do you need a broker to do that?
No,
you do not.
Do
you
yourself.
can do it yourself.
It's easy. It's only 15 minutes.
A lot of stipulations opened up today, which is Wednesday, right?
Because Biden he extended for
now,
small businesses.
People who are felons, they can now apply. People who have student loans, they can now apply. So they have a lot of stipulations that was.
We got to bring you back.
Okay, so if it doesn't have to be paid back, why were there stipulations about people who had student loans?
Okay, so it doesn't have to be paid back if you spend it correctly.
Correct.
So
you got to produce receipts.
You have to spend it correctly. Yeah. You have to have 60% towards
that's easy though.
Paychecks. and then the other 40.
See, that's why I done fool with them people money. I don't have no employees. I do have my own business.
You do have an employee.
Me.
You're an employee.
But how I'm approved, I paid myself right.
No, you pay your bills.
I don't mess with the church's money.
It's for bills.
I can't go to jail and lose my virginity.
It's very easy once you get it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have to allocate the funds correctly, and then once you do that, the loan is forgiven, right?
So I can allocate them to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
correct.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the loan is forgiven, and then people are forgetting about the IRS. Okay, so SBA, the government, forgives your loan.
We're not telling you give all the secrets. We're gonna come back to that.
Oh, and that's the other part. See, people take time by keep stimulating them. People do realize that stimulus is gonna be paid back. I don't think they realize that.
Oh, that's what people. I can't get stimulus.
You definitely have to pay.
For those who
you are being taxed on this money. Like,
no, she's talking about the stimulus, not
but
the
the
PPP.
stimulus, they told people that it be broken down over time when you file your taxes and all that. Them people gonna get their money back. America ain't giving you nothing for free. America ain't giving you nothing for free.
Guys, look.
But if anybody could get their PPP, get it. Because you need to invest that money and then triple that money and then
gonna bring
pay
you
them
back.
taxes
We're gonna bring you back, and we're gonna bring a CPA back so we can talk about that PPP and how can we spend it? How can you get it if you haven't received it yet? Also, how can you invest it in the right thing so you can be forgiven for it?
That's the key.
So we're gonna talk about that later. Guys, look, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you come to 1801 Ben Street. That's City Cellar. This is the show.
This is the show.
What show? This is the culturally distinct. This is the show.
This is the show.
Show.
I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep. All right. So guys, this is DJ KO.
and I'm Elle. I never was introduced
you
properly.
You were not. He hard.
But that's all right. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart.
Elle is a reoccurring. She's
Elle, you coming back?
She family.
I've been here before, but I don't know if I'm coming back.
You coming back? Because we need
Lord.
Oh, you coming back? Guys, this is the Culturally Distinct Podcast. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Holla at your boy later. Peace.